What's going on, guys? Got another re-uploaded Pokemon battle for you today, carrying on the UU series. Past narration, go.
I've got Nidoqueen as usual. He's got an Absol. I expect it to be Mega because you don't really see normal Absol too much. So Stealth Rock would be really stupid. He's just going to bounce it back. So I decided to go for damage. I'm not threatened too much by anything it wants to do, and so figured it'd just be good to get damage on it. So he goes for Knockoff. Didn't do really enough to make me scared. So that's good. And Earth Power does a huge chunk. I was really surprised it did that much. So it tells me I can absolutely finish this thing off. Absolutely. And so I expect him to switch because Absol's still got some good utility for the rest of the match, even if he is nearly dead. So I'm just going to go for Stealth Rock now. And that was a good prediction, obviously, because he's bringing this thing into Dodge Earth Power. So now I'm, again, not really too threatened by anything it wants to do. Pretty sure I can live one thing of whatever it wants to do. So I'm just going to go for T-Bolt. He U-turns. Kind of weird. I don't see that on Yanmega too much, but I don't know. It happened this battle, I guess. So now he's got Blastoise. He obviously didn't predict T-Ball. He was probably predicting like Ice Beam or something, but regardless, he gets smacked, but not really, because he can still take another one and absolutely finish me off from there. And he's probably faster, so I have to switch. I'm just going to go to Empoleon. He spins, which I suppose kind of, yeah, makes sense, because he knows he can take one and he's faster, so he could probably finish me off anyway. And the bad news about the spin is not that the rocks have gone away, because I can get them back up at some other point, but now he's seen I don't have leftovers, because he's damaged me and I haven't recovered. He probably expected me to be an offensive set, hence he went into Blissey and made me stupid, so that's annoying. But at least now, I suppose a good point is that Blissey's in. I basically have a free turn to do whatever, so I'm going to go to Umbreon, try and get a wish up for Nidoqueen, because with the likes of Absol, Mineshower on his team, I'm going to really need Nidoqueen this battle, because Reuniclus isn't going to wall those too well. So that's what I'm doing here. He gets up rocks of his own as well, which I'm not really too fussed, like I've mentioned before. Like only Mence really cares about them. Nidoqueen and Empoleon resist them, and Reuniclus is plain immune, so it's a good point about this team is it doesn't care about hazards too much. But in comes Mineshower as I get the wish up. And I'm not really scared, unless he's got, like, Life Orb, Reckless, High Jump Kick coming for me. I'm really not scared of this thing when I go into Nidoqueen. And I was right in assuming that, because it does, like, pretty much nothing. So, gonna get the wish up, gonna be about 80%, and, yeah, that's basically it. Whatever he brings in, I'm pretty sure I can deal with it one way or another. I would like to get my rocks back up, because I would obviously like them. Now he's got rocks of his own. I'm not scared of Absol coming in and bouncing them back, because it doesn't bother me so much. Heliolisk comes in. I can't stay in. I have to go to my special sponge, because with this thing, I pretty much... I knew it could carry Surf, and I was pretty sure that even if he didn't have it, Hyper Voice would have done a really huge chunk of Nidoqueen's health, so... that's why I went to Umbreon. Now, I know this thing's physical attack isn't great, but I know its physical defense is even worse. It's really frail on that side, so I figured Foul Play would be a really good hit to go for. And he brings in Blastoise, gets critted, which doesn't really matter too much, because all I want to do for this thing is get it toxic, because that's what you do for walls. Like, there's no way it's a sweeper variant, it has to be a wall, because normal Blastoise would not be very good at being a sweeper. And so, yeah, want it toxic, as to do with all walls. I was praying I didn't get Skull Burn, because then I'd synchronize the burn over, and that would be really unfortunate, because I want this thing toxic. So he gets the burn now, which it does annoy me, because my Foul Play now is useless against things it would otherwise be pretty good against, but it's just one of those. I mean, I'm a wall, so it doesn't bother me too much, but I'm just going to start trying to recover now, and he rests, which was hugely demoralizing. All that damage for nothing. My Toxic for nothing, so that was just really, really frustrating. So the good news is now that now he's asleep, I have free reign to bring in Nidoqueen, start either T-bolting it, Super Fanging, whatever, or even putting up Stealth Rock now that he's asleep and can't spin it away. So I'm pretty sure he's not going to be Sleep Talk. So I bring in Nidoqueen. He brings in Yanmega, which I don't know. Considering it U-turned last time, I figure he doesn't have too much he wants to do to me, and hence he's probably going to U-turn again. Don't know why I clicked T-Ball. I guess I was expecting if he's got something to do, he's going to do it now. So he just U-turns back into Bliss, which was kind of obvious, but I don't know. I clicked T-Ball. I have no idea why. Because now I'm going to get Stealth Rock up. I should have just gone for that straight away, and then I could potentially land a Super Fang on this Blissey. So he took forever to choose this move, by the way. It was really... it was like, I don't know, at least a minute and a half of just nothing, so I faded it out. So yeah, he aromatherapies Blastoise awake, which is a good tactic. I've done it before. Physical wall that lacks recovery thereof. So you put rest on it to compensate, and then you have Blissey to wake it up. It's a pretty good tactic. So I'm just going to Super Fang now, not knowing what he wants to do, and I would like to land a Super Fang on anything except for Mind Shao or Absol because he's so low. But anything except for those two guys, I would love to land a Super Fang on. So land it on Blastoise, which is good, and now I have to deal with this thing. So Reuniclus, I don't want to go into because of Absol and the fact that really I'm just going to be made stupid as soon as that thing comes in. I don't want to go to Empoleon because it just invites Blissey back in and it's just a dead turn and there's no point me doing it. Umbreon obviously can't stall it out because of rest, and really I don't want to bring in Heracross because he could probably I don't know, he could probably sponge the hits because I'm only Jolly Scarf. So for that reason, my only real option is to go to Ments because obviously can't stay in either, because I know at least I'll have the surprise value. He goes for Skull, gets a burn. And that's really annoying because now Mets has got a bunch of residual damage on him. Like, he came in, I know rocks are up, but he came in and took half damage against a resisted hit. That's terrible. But luckily, he doesn't predict me. He thinks that now I'm burned and I'm probably physical, because Salamence usually are, that he can easily stay in and rest off the damage. But nope, not with Specs Mets, so that goes down. I'm really happy about that, and now I have to deal with Absol. I'm expecting Play Rough, because he brought it in, and he knows he's faster. So I go to Nidoqueen, and I get Ice Beamed. I'm like, great. I really, really, really didn't want that to happen because Nidoqueen was going to be really useful. Looking back, I should have just let Ments die. But still, I was expecting Play Rough, thought I'd be okay, and I really wasn't. So, crap. I really could have done with Nidoqueen in the fight, but I have to deal with that now. At least I have Ments for Intimidate and Fodder, and obviously now I have a free switch to bring in Heracross. I can go for anything I want at this point. I'm going to go for Stone Edge because I don't want Yanmega to come in and take nothing. So that's why I went for that. He Sucker Punches, which tells me he predicted that I was Scarfed, because there's no reason for him to go for it otherwise, because Absol is naturally faster than Heracross. So, yeah, that kind of stinks, because that means he knows my game, and hence I know exactly what he's going to do here. He's going to bring in Mind Shao, because obviously I'm locked into Stone Edge, this thing resists it, and he can probably... I don't know, I don't think he can kill me from there, but obviously I cannot kill him, and there's no point in me staying in. So now I have to find ways to deal with this thing, because now Nidoqueen's gone. It would be really helpful right now, but obviously I can't go to that. So there's not really a lot I can do, because I could bring in Reuniclus, but it would be smacked quite heavily by a Life Orb knockoff or U-turn. So in the end, I opt to just go straight to Ments, because looking at how the situation is, Reuniclus is the only option, and I would like this thing intimidated. Plus, Ments doesn't really do anything anymore because everything's faster or Blissey. So, yeah. So now he's intimidated. Reuniclus looks actually pretty good. However, for some reason, I have no idea why I did this, but I go to Umbreon, and I don't know why, because there's no way I'm going to be able to deal with this thing. I'm not going to be able to take fighting attacks because he's Life Orb and Stab, and I don't really have much physical investment. I think my main idea was if he's got high jump kick, I want to land like a protect on it so that he can take 50%. But no, I should have just gone straight to Reuniclus. I have no idea why I did that. It was a really silly play, but luckily Reuniclus doesn't care about Drain Punch, so I get to come in for essentially free. So now basically the only play he has is he's got to go to Yanmega because he can hit me super effectively. Hence, I'm going to predict this and hoping that with Stealth Rock and Psyshock, I can take it out and, do really well from there. And so I go for it. He does go to Yanmega, and it doesn't kill. I'm like, crap. So now I have to switch again. Luckily, I have Empoleon to fall back on with Assault Vest and Resist, so that's good. But I realize he doesn't have Speed Boost, so he's probably Tinted Lens. So there goes my Resist. And then he gets a freaking Special Defense drop, so now my Assault Vest is gone. I'm like, what? So the table's really turned here and what I thought I had. But luckily, Empoleon's naturally bulky enough to deal with this thing. And so, I take it out, could have gone for anything except Grass Knot there and finished it off, so there we go, it's gone. And now Empoleon, really don't care about it too much because he's got two things that are faster and have super effective damage, and he's got Blissey, so which I can't kill, so Empoleon's pretty useless at this point, so just going to let him die so I can get a safe switch into something else. I'm going to go to Heracross because I'm pretty sure this thing doesn't Scarf, because it's pretty fast anyway, and it could use things like Specs or whatever. So I'm just going to go for close combat, and he fought off Bliss at this point. Now, at first I thought this was really weird, like, just threw away Bliss like that. Then I look at my team and realize he's got Umbreon he's against Umbreon he can't kill, Heracross beats it with close combat, and Reuniclus has Psyshock. So yeah, Blissey was a good thing to fodder off there. Good play on his part. And now he's got Mind Shower in. I'm not confident Heracross can take it out from there with close combat, even though Mind Shower is pretty damn frail. So I'm just going to let Umbreon go, going to fodder it off for some safe switching and something, I don't know. If Umbreon wasn't burned and could use Foul Play effectively, I might have thought twice about foddering it off, because obviously I can deal with Heliolus quite well, and maybe even Mind Shower. I don't, probably not Mind Shower, but because he's burned, I'm just going to let him go. And now we've got a match. We each have two things. Both can mortally wound all the others, and it's just like a crazy little game of coin flips here, and it's pretty tense, which I liked. It was really fun, this ending. So bringing Reuniclus against Mind Shower, because I'm pretty sure he can't kill me in one, and I can kill him in one. And so he goes for Fake Out. Now, that made me really rethink my move, because now he goes for U-turn. I'm thinking maybe what I can do is I can recover up here, see if I can Calm Mind, and do really well against Heliolisk, and then get up to a point at which Mind Shower can't finish me off. And so I go for Recover to see how much Heliolisk's T-Bolt's going to do. Doing way too much. I can't do that option, so I'm like, crap. So I wasn't confident about Heracross taking on Mind Shower close combat, but it looks like that's my only option at this point. So regardless, I'm pretty sure because of this thing's physical frailty, I can just go for Psyshock and finish it off. And I know I can take one hit from there, as long as he doesn't crit. I mean, if he crits, then I might be in serious trouble, but luckily I don't think he does. So I go for Psyshock, and it does take it out. I'm like, yes, this is good. So now he's got Mind Shower against Reuniclus, and here I just have to leave Reuniclus in. My thought was I need him to take as much Life Orb recoil as I can possibly get, and thankfully he makes a huge blunder here and just goes for Fake Out. I don't know why he did this. This was really stupid. Should have just gone straight for U-turn and taken much less Life Orb recoil. So now I'm in with a shot. I have Heracross. I have to go for close combat. If I kill him, I win. If I don't, he wins. So I go for it, and it kills it, and I'm like, yes!
Still feel like I complicated that endgame a little bit. I suppose I played it safe by making sure Mind Shower was as low as possible, but as soon as Yanmega went down, I feel like Heracross just kind of won. Nevertheless, hope you guys enjoyed the battle, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.